What's good? What's good? Back at you with another video. Without further ado, let's get into it. You clicked on this video, you already know what time it is, and I appreciate you for checking, tuning in, listening to me rant. And if you would like, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe and like my video. But I done said too much. You know what this topic is about, and it's about the James Bond franchise. Amazon. I would think Amazon only for just doing business, but seem like they doing more than business. They actually doing entertainment. And they not doing a good job at it either. But yeah, man, the James Bond franchise is officially dead, and it ain't no coming back. Thanks to Amazon, they done screwed it all up. I mean, come on, like words can't even fathom just how I'm feeling right now. Like, a beloved franchise that I'm sure I'm not the only one that grew up with it. But just to see, really both seeing and hearing how things coming about, like behind the scenes, it's just a catastrophe waiting to happen, a flop waiting to happen. And I'm disappointed. I'm honestly flabbergasted at seeing one of my beloved childhood heroes come to an end like this. Like, you can say all what you want, like, oh, this, that, and the other, and the third. But we all know that the James Bond franchise is officially dead. Jeff Bezos, you bald fraud. You Kermit the Frog looking motherfucker. Because how in the hell do you expect to build a fan base or capitalize on what has become before, and you ain't making the right decisions? Note, hence, that he got rid of the broccolis because of, for whatever reason, I don't know. But the main people that was in charge of James Bond, the broccolis, he done got rid of them. He out there talk about, I don't care how much money it take, I want them idiots. I want them gone. And they flat out told, they saying it's the truth. This man is an idiot. How are you gonna get rid of the head creators of James Bond? The two people that actually care about the franchise, that can actually pinpoint the franchise in the right direction that it needs to be. Sure, the Daniel Craig era was a little up and down. It was pretty much a roller coaster, you know. And what I mean by that, you had some hits, you had some misses. That being the last outing, No Time to Die, which I went to go see in the movies myself, opening day. And I had no problem with the movie. Me personally, I liked the movie. But it's it's in the air, it's divided because of the fact, spoiler alert, but if you haven't seen the movie, I'm spoiling it. James Bond dies. He kills himself. Well, it's hard to explain. Like, the main villain, Saffron, he poisoned him. It's like, even if he didn't sacrifice himself or didn't die in the movie or whatever, he still would have been sick. He would have still been, close to die. Close to wishing he was dead. So, I thought the movie was pretty cool, but yeah, it did have me like, damn, that's pretty new. Never in the history have we seen James Bond just die like that. Like, James Bond's supposed to live forever, like, and through our periphery, as an audience, we all expecting, like, okay, this guy, he's not gonna be able to do it no more, so on down the line they're gonna get somebody else, which they are. But it's gonna be kind of crazy when it all does come to fruition, how it's gonna play out and explaining, the events from the last film, or they just gonna do a whole new thing and just not touch on it, like they did with Casino Royale, and Die Another Day was basically Pierce Brosnan's last outing as Bond. So it all makes sense, but if I was doing a James Bond film, I kind of want to bring up the aftermath of No Time to Die. Like, hey, just bring it up, like the last 007 died. We, send our deepest condolences, but we got a new Bond or what have you. But like I said, man, all that's just a big clusterfuck, and I'm curious to see what they're gonna do, especially with the director they got, which was waiting to bring up, the Dennis Bellini dude, whatever. They got it, is directing Doom Part 3. Honestly, I'm not a Doom fan. Neither do I care about the movies, the old movies, or the books. I did like Doom Part 2. Doom Part 2 wasn't that bad. Doom Part 2 was okay. I liked it. But is he a good fit to direct James Bond? We'll have to see, man. And another thing I've been hearing, which I'm pretty sure everybody knows, that Amazon won't give him the final cut. Like, it's basically like, Amazon interference, which just spells doom from the jump. Like, let the directors cook. That's the problem nowadays. Like, when studios get involved with certain movies, that's not a good sign. And that's what it's basically looking like. Amazon, like, blah blah, these are okay. We want to just really take control of, the franchise, which I don't think is a good idea at all. Like, let the people that really have a eyesight for James Bond to be dealing with it. That's really passionate about it. They grew up on it like I did, to be, writing and, giving input on the future of the franchise. Because with a guy like, I was about to say Elon Musk, sorry, a guy like Jeff Bezos, bald-headed ass, the franchise is ruined. It's over with, and it's over with as I'm speaking now. Like, ain't no coming back. Like, we already know this going down here. I don't have faith in anything Jeff Bezos nor Amazon. I don't trust it. The whole Amazon deal is bullshit. It's just a way to just say, hey, I'm a rich asshole that, hey, and I want to be like, my peers, and guess you just run shit. Like, just to say you got a name, you know what I mean? Just to, hey, say, hey, you did that, and you got your point across. But it's not going to hurt anybody in the long run, but the true diehard James Bond fans. It's really hurting those. And I wouldn't call myself a James Bond fan. I grew up on it. It was part of my childhood, like the game, the GoldenEye game. Growing up watching it, like, so I'm familiar with all the movies. I'm pretty sure a lot of those who are or not familiar, James Bond used to come on Spike TV during the holiday, like every Christmas and Thanksgiving. They'll play a James Bond movie marathon. So, that's my era. That's the era I grew up on. So I be, just facing the TV, catching up on all that. So I pretty much know James. If I was to write it, I pretty much know what to do. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's the death of James Bond, and I've been meaning to make a video on it, and I'm just now getting to it, which I'm, a bit happy to be ran on, but I'm bittersweet at the same time, because it's like, there's not nothing good that's gonna come out of this. Like, I should be like, oh man, the dude James Bond, like, I'm just waiting, I'm curious. Like, no, I don't really care. They should get an unknown, which it is unknown. Like, I could care less about who they cast, as long as the movie is good. But like I said, you got Amazon, interfering. It ain't nothing but trouble. Like, let people that really passionate about the craft work on it and do something. That's what it's all about. enough for all this studio stuff. Like that's just a sign that the project is not going to be good. Like I said, with Denis Villeneuve directing, it could go either or. I'm not the guy did Doom, so I think the James Bond franchise will continue to have that seriousness. What all jokes aside, it will be serious. It will be serious. And I don't really care for all that campy. I don't think like Austin Powers, tried to make fun of the James Bond, and you had stuff like Roger Moore, and that was probably pretty much campier side of James Bond, but I'm pretty sure all the other ones were serious. I'm familiar with pretty much all of them, so it's just my opinion. Again, I could be wrong, but what I feel in my bones is that nothing is gonna come good out of this. This is just a catastrophe waiting to happen. This is the death of James Bond, literally, and not even to speak on the posters, the James Bond posters now, that Amazon recently posted, and it's just been causing a bit of a stir on the social media and the internet, and just like having I don't know y'all's opinion, but my opinion on it is just like, which I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that disagrees, but like, why would you X out the pictures? That was a big controversial thing that's on the internet. So like I said, I'm pretty much just wanted to make videos on whatever's hot, and at the moment, I'm trying to stick with follow the trend, kind of get my page some love too. But that's just my main aura of creating this page is to for entertainment purposes, and all that good stuff. And I'm just trying to just talk about whatever's just hot, just whatever's trending. So the James Bond situation is still trending, on social media. Well, on YouTube rather, because I do be on YouTube a lot. So shout out to all the YouTubers that did make videos on it. I'm gonna say y'all names in the next video. I'm gonna touch on it because I got to be on YouTube a lot, so I watch a lot of YouTubers, and I'll shout y'all out next time. I don't know if y'all ever watch it, but like I said, I'm a new YouTube. I'm just now starting to getting my content up. Hopefully it takes off, man. Hopefully it goes somewhere. And that's that. I just want to speak on whatever's just hot. Just was that whatever's trending, like this situation that I'm talking about with the James Bond franchise. Again, with the pictures, it was a whole controversial stir on the internet, and many YouTubers like myself were just saying that, hey, this is just not right. Like, why, why would y'all, X out the guns? Like, that's who James Bond is. Well, I 100% agree. Like, anybody knows, like, who James Bond really is. Like, what did y'all do that for? Like I said, it's just, it got corporate written all over it. Why? I don't know, but it doesn't make sense, because that's not who James Bond is. He's not. The last thing y'all should want to do is take the guns away from James Bond. This guy is a spy, a womanizer, what have you, so, and a drinker. Those are the three main things that make James Bond who he is, and would definitely make a good James Bond movie. But again, you got rich asshole that's just like, hey, I own this now. Hey, look what I got. Y'all ain't seeing me now, you know what I mean? And it's sad, man. And like I said, nothing is good gonna come out of this. We are in the demise of James Bond. Like, I could care less about the future of James Bond because of look whose hands is in.